Hello and welcome to the weekly outlook. Okay, now the calendar's fairly light next week, and again it's all eyes on the US dollar for any of the major announcements. Now we have got some data coming out early on in the week which would suggest that the US dollar could weaken again after that bout of strength that we had at the end of the week last week. We got CB consumer confidence, which is due out at 98.6, a bit of a drop from 101. 0.1 last reading, and then on Wednesday we've got core durable goods, which is also expected to drop to minus 0.5 from 1.3. So we have got some a bit of a downturn in the data, but then we've got Fed Chair Yellen speaking later on Wednesday. She testifies on supervision and regulation before the Committee on Financial Services in Washington. There may be some clues to monetary policy there. And then on Thursday we've got the final GDP reading, which is actually expected to increase. So what I'm hoping to see is a bit of weakness in the US dollar at the beginning of the week and then strengthening later on, and that's going to give us a chance to get back into the trades such as the pound US dollar. Now we had a sell on this from 131, as you can see. It hasn't quite made its target yet, but it has started to reject from the low of 129.50, the previous low. So we could very well see a pull back up to the psychological number of 1.3 here, and this would be where I'd look into add a position to this trade, or if you're not in the trade already, then to possibly re-enter the trade and then trade it down to that 1.285. Okay, so looking at early in the week, looking for a bit of weakness in the US dollar, which is going to give us an opportunity to get in to the currencies which are fairly weak at the moment, such as the pound, and trade those down to the lower bounds. The only other one which really of interest is we've got Mario Draghi speaking as well on Wednesday afternoon about 3:30. He's due to speak about current developments in the euro area at the German Bundestag in Berlin. So now Mario Draghi's been fairly sort of neutral regarding monetary policy in Europe at the moment. I'm not expecting that to change. I do expect the euro to actually remain supported this week, which is looking at trading between 1.12 and 1.13 area. I don't think there's any scope at the moment for it to break out of that unless we start to see the ECB start leaning towards a further easing bias. If that's the case, then we could see further downside in the euro. But in fact, I am expecting the euro to be relatively strong. And as from the live room trade we had last week, the euro pound, you can see we expected the euro to remain supported. We did have to wait for a while for this to actually start to work, but on Friday there it started to take off. I've actually as we've had this rejection in this area here, I've actually closed the trade down. But if this pulls back and retests the 8627 area and holds as support, then we could trade this back up and look for the 87 area again as a take profit. Okay, so not a great deal out next week. Looking at the euro pound, looking for weakness in the pound, looking for the euro to remain supported, and looking for the US dollar to show at the start of the week a bit of profit taking and a bit of weakness, and then continued strength at the end of the week. Okay, thanks for watching, and I hope you can make some pips.